Welcome back, class. I'm Mr. Teacher with the SAT Math video guide. Last time we started on a new section, section 7, and we ended my video at number 6, so let's move on to number 7. So, the two sides of a triangle each have length 5. All of the following could be the length of the third side except, and then there's 5 choices. So, let's draw what the triangle would be like. So, something like this. Maybe. This is 5, this is 5, and this is x. We don't know that. And so, which of the following could be the length of the... No, all of the following could be the length of the third side except. So what makes a triangle true? Well, if you add any two sides, if it's greater than the third side, then the triangle is true. Like if 5 plus x was greater than 5, assuming that's always going to happen, it works. But 5 plus 5, which is 10, this has to be greater than this x value, or else what's going to happen is that you're going to be looking at a geometrical straight line. So this is going to be 5, and this is going to be 5, and if x was 10, well, this would just add up to 10, so that would be a straight line. So any two sides, when you add them up, they have to be greater than the third side. This can be with any side possible. This has to be true with every side. So A is 1. Could x be 1? Well, sure, if x equals 1, then 5 plus 1 is 6, which is greater than 5. Same thing with the other side, and then 5 plus 5 is greater than 1. So A is not correct, because that is true. B is 3. 3 is also the same thing. 5 plus 3 equals 8, which is greater than 5. 5 plus 3 equals 8, greater than 5. 5 plus 5, 10, greater than 3. C is 4. Again, it's going to happen because you just add it up and see that they're always greater than the third side. D, square root of 50, which is approximately 7.07. It's still true because 5 plus 5 is 10, which is greater than 7, and 5 plus 7 is 0.7 is approximately 12, greater than 5. Same with the other side. So finally we're left with E, which is 10, and I already showed it right here. That 10, if you put 10 as one side of a triangle with other sides 5 and 5, it's going to be a straight line because 10 plus 5, 15, greater than 5, same with the other side. But what if x equals 10? Well, 5 plus 5 equals to 10. That's not greater than 10, that's equal to 10. So this triangle will be a straight line if we do that. So the correct answer is E. E is not a possible value for one side of the triangle. So let's go to the next question. Number 8. In an election, 2.8 million votes were cast, and each vote was for either candidate 1 or candidate 2. Candidate 1, so it's in Roman numerals, candidate 1 received 28,000 more votes than candidate 2. What percent of the 2.8 million votes were cast for candidate 1? So this is just algebra. You need to set up an equation and try to figure it out. So the total number of votes equals to 2.8 million, which is 2,800,000. Okay, so let's set up our equation. Let's say I equals to x and 2 equals to y. So that's the amount of votes. X equals to the amount of votes by candidate 1, and y equals to the amount of votes by negative 2. So x plus y is going to equal to 2,800,000 because these are the number of votes cast by each one. And X is the number of votes for candidate 1. So X equals to 28,000 plus the amount of votes that Y did. So what we can do here is we could substitute this right now into this equation because we've already solved for X. So 28,000 plus Y equals to 2,800,000. After that, subtract the 28,000 and we get, and add the two Y's together, simplify. 2Y, we'll do the next step. 28,000 equals 2.8 million. Let's keep it like that until we do calculations. So subtract the 28,000, 2Y equals 2,800,000 minus 28,000, 0,002. 9 minus 2 is 7, 7, 2. So 2Y equals to 2,772,000. That's the biggest calculation we'll ever do in this test, hopefully. And simplify, divide by 2, Y equals to 1,350,000 plus 31, so 386,000. That's all. Y equals to 1,386,000. Y is the number of votes cast for candidate 2, and we're trying to find the number of votes cast for candidate 1. So all we need to do is add 28,000 because that's the equation we made over here. X equals 28,000 plus Y. So when we add these together, we get 0,004,141. So 1,404,000. And we're still not done yet. Now we need to find the percentage of this amount of votes out of the total. So, we've ran out of room here. So now we need to do 1,404,000 divided by the total, which is 2,800,000, and then we need to multiply this by 100%. So these zeros all cancel off, and then here, I really need a calculator for this. Always keep your calculator handy when you do such big calculations, because however perfect you may be, you might always make mistakes. Okay, so now this equals to 0.505 and times 100%. So we move the decimal point 2 spaces to the right because it's times 100. So now it equals 50.5%. That is choice C. And that was one of the hardest questions in this section. Now we're going to move on to the student response questions, which you can give any number you like, but it can't be negative. It can't be irrational. So let's go. What is this doing here? Okay, we're going to move on to number 9. Student response. Okay, if the square root of 2p equals to the square root of 18, then what is the value of p? Well, since there's square roots on both sides, they just cancel out because you multiply each side by the square root of the same thing, they're going to cancel out. So 2p is equal to 18, p equals to 9. That's the answer. So we're back to easy again. Okay, number 10. when 1.783 is rounded to the nearest whole number, the result is how much greater than when 1.783 is rounded to the nearest tenth? Well, what happens when you round it to the nearest whole number? It turns into 2 because it's 0.7, which is greater than 0.5. So it rounds up. That's equal to 2. And if we round it to the nearest tenth, this is the tenth value. So forget about the 3. We don't need it for this calculation if it's to the 10th. 1.78. Since 8 is greater than 5, we're going to round the 10th value up. So it's going to be 1.8. So now all we need to do is 2 minus 1.8, which is 0.2. That's the correct answer. And let's go on. I hope we can do at least 2 more within this time. We're on number 11. Okay. Samantha is packing for a trip. Of the towels in the closet, 6 are brown. She will randomly pick one of the towels to pack. If the probability is 2/5 that the towel she will pick is brown, how many towels are in the closet? Well, since there is 2/5 chance, let's say 2/5 x equals to 6. Now, we divide both sides by 2/5, or multiply by 5/2, which is the same thing. X equals to 6 times 5/2. So x equals to 30 divided by 2, which equals to 15. So there are a total of 15 towels, and that's our answer. Next problem, which is where are we on? We're on number 12. We're moving on very fast now. Okay. 5 different points, A, B, C, D, and E, lie on a line in that order. The length of AD, okay, let's draw this first. Let's draw it like a number line. Big line. And they're in the same order. So this is not going to be drawn to scale, just to help you visualize what's going to be going on. This is not drawn to scale at all. Remember that. Okay, A, B, C, D, and E. If the length of AD is 4.5, so this length is 4.5, and the length of BE is 3.5, so BE equals to 3.5, and the length of CD, if the length of CD is 2, what is one possible value for the length of BC? So what is the value of this length? So what we can do is, okay, so let's subtract 2 from 3.5. So 3.5 minus 2 is equal to 1.5. So we know that the length of BC plus the length of DE is going to equal 1.5. And it doesn't matter how much it is. It just has to add up to 1.5. And of course it can't be negative. It can't, because a length can never be negative. That's impossible. So BC can be anywhere from 0.1, just giving good numbers, from 0.1 all the way to 1.4 to 1.4. And since I like to just divide by 2 to keep it easy, I will give the 0.75. But any number within that range should work out, because they never said that it has to be equal. And I've run out of time now, and I hope this video helps with your math preparation. And I will be seeing you very soon in the next video. We will move on to number 13. See you soon.